Welcome to the 5 on 5. We are pleased to be joined today by Jim Buck, Rogue River Basin Project Operations Manager of the Army Corps of Engineers. Jim, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for this opportunity.
I know we've been talking a whole lot about all the wet weather that we've been having and how we are seeing those lake levels rising. Talk to us a little bit about what the Army Corps of Engineers has to do with the dams at Lost Creek and Applegate Lakes.
Well, fortunately, this year we have a lot more water. So for the past few years, we've been rather starved for water. 3 years of drought, and then last year was just an okay year. So this year is good. We have lots of water. The reservoirs are full, both Lost Creek and Applegate, and that's not unusual. Our goal is to be full in the early to mid part of May.
Okay.
So with the lakes full, lots of water, we're in good shape.
Now, what's the decision-making process that determines the amount of water to be released into the river?
Well, flood reduction is our primary purpose. And this time of the year, with the reservoirs full, there's really not much room for additional water. Next week, they're talking about temperatures in the 90s, so we still have a significant snowpack. We expect the amount of water coming into the reservoir to bump up. And because we're virtually full, we'll just have to pass that water, which will result in the Rogue River and the Applegate River being higher than normal.
Okay. And what's kind of the highest priority? Is it making sure that the dam doesn't overflow, protecting the salmon fish, or downstream flooding? I mean, I imagine it's a balancing act.
It is. And just like seasons of the year, we operate the facility kind of in a particular pattern, a predictable pattern. And so during the winter months, it's primarily flood reduction is our focus. Now we've transitioned away from that, still keeping an eye on the full reservoirs, but our primary focus now is fisheries. So releasing the proper amount of water when ODF&W wants it, particularly once it starts warming up.
Okay. Now, why were the dams built in the first place?
Well, the dams were built for four primary purposes, flood reduction being one, supporting the fisheries, storing water for irrigation and releasing it, and storing water for municipal purposes, like for drinking water, and then releasing it during the dry, hot summers.
Okay. Now, as it warms up, that means we're thinking about getting into the water. We got to talk about safety. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are pleased to be joined once again with Jim Buck, Rogue River Basin Project Operations Manager for the Army Corps of Engineers. Jim, thanks again for being here.
Thank you.
We were talking a lot about the dams at Lost Creek and Applegate Lakes. Much higher this year than in years past. What do people need to keep in mind then as we're heading into the warmer summer months?
Well, the river will be quite a bit higher than what we've seen in the past few years. We've gone through a couple of years of drought. And so from a water safety perspective, particularly with Memorial Weekend coming up, those that are going to be on the water need to be prepared. Really assess how skilled they are. We strongly recommend that anyone that's going to be on the water to wear a life jacket. So that's a bottom line key point. And again, because the river is going to be noticeably higher, the water is really cold, about 49 degrees being released from Lost Creek. People just need to be prepared.
Yeah, and probably fast moving, fast moving, take you by surprise.
Yes, if you're used to rafting maybe once or twice a year, this Memorial Weekend is going to be different. The river is going to be more swift, ice cold water. If you end up in the river, it's going to be very difficult to get out. So just prepare for that and think about that beforehand. Some
good tips. Now, a lot of people were talking about some of the issues that happened in Orville, and do we have any of those issues here? Talk a little bit about the condition and the shape of our dams, and if people need to be concerned at all.
Well, both Lost Creek and Applegate Dam, we routinely operate and maintain those facilities, and also there's a very robust inspection program that each year at a minimum, and then a much more in-depth inspection every 5 years goes on year after year after year. So it's the Corps' responsibility to make sure the facilities are operating and maintained properly. Those that live downstream of a dam, they also have a personal responsibility, and that's related to personal preparedness. So that in that event of maybe a significant, say, earthquake, if you feel strong shaking, you need to already be prepared to go up to a higher elevation and make sure that the coast is clear. So that's kind of where we share that responsibility with the public, particularly the public that lives below the dams.
And so as far as current conditions, in good shape?
Excellent shape.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate having you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
We'll be right back.